Damn, my face is shiny as hell. Hello everyone, hope you are well, and I really hope you didn't catch coronavirus. Oh god, what a state the world is in these days, huh? But it's okay, we will adapt, we will make it through, because that's what humankind has done for millions of years. Okay, so a lot of companies in the Bay Area, and I'm sure in other places, are enforcing / really strongly recommending everyone to work from home to prevent the spread of coronavirus. So I thought it would be a really good opportunity for me to talk about helpful tips in working from home. For some of you, this might be like your first time working from home, and for others, this might not be anything new because you work from home usually anyways. Regardless, I wanted to share some of my tips for how I work from home because I definitely started a place where I had no idea how, and now I love it. I love working from home. Every job that I've worked at for like the last 4 years, I have had at least one work from home day per week because I find that it really helps me regain my balance and ground myself so that I'm not just at the office for like 40 hours a week, which is kind of a lot. And while the coronavirus is super scary and it keeps getting scarier, so don't forget to wash your hands, y'all, I think one of the silver linings in this is that we might work more towards a remote work culture as a society, as an industry, which is something that I am personally really excited about. Because especially in the Bay Area where cost of living is super high, traffic is really bad, I feel like work from home culture might really help to mitigate some of those effects and might allow other people who don't want to live in Silicon Valley or can't afford to live in Silicon Valley to work at Silicon Valley companies. And I know that remote work does have its implications in that sometimes people say that it makes them work for longer hours because it's hard to separate between work and life. I think that as long as you keep some structure to yourself and that you have some routines that you like to follow and that you figure out something that works for you, then it can totally work. And I know some of y'all are like the ones that just like really want to go to the office because you just want to see people, and I feel the same way because I currently identify as more of an extrovert. But right now we're in a pandemic, so stay at home and don't spread germs and don't get sick. So we're in this together, y'all, and I wanted to share my tips and tricks. Also, if you have any tips and tricks of your own, leave them in the comments down below, as always. So let's get this thing started. And before that, if you were maybe brought here by the algorithm and to me, then thank you, algorithm. And hello, my name is Mayuko. I make videos about tech and lifestyle and career advice stuff. So please consider subscribing or just watching some of my other videos, which I'll link up here. So the thing that I wanted to address first is kind of the theme that underlies all of these tips that I'm going to talk about, which is about structure. So when you're working from home, you're literally in the comforts of your own home, and I know it's really enticing to just rest and chill and watch TV and do whatever. And if you want to, that's fine, that's your own truth, whatever. But for me, when I am in the mode of, hey, I want to do stuff and I want to get work done, then creating some structure in my day-to-day so that I get there seamlessly and easily without needing to pull my mental state along to get there, that's, I think, really an important part about having a successful work from home environment. So the first tip is to stick to your usual routine for going to work, because that sets the stage for the rest of the day and kind of the tone for the rest of the day. So kind of try to do all the things that you would normally do on a work day, just minus the commute. So those are things like waking up in the morning at the same time as you usually do. And I know it's really enticing to stay in bed because you don't have to go anywhere and stuff, but starting off your morning at the same time helps your body remember that, hey, we're going to do things today. And waking up at the same time in the morning helps kind of start off the domino effect of all the other things that are happening. So waking up at the same time makes sure that I walk my dog at the same time in the morning. That's really important to me because I get some fresh air and I get a little bit of light exercise in before my work day. I also eat breakfast in the morning. I am a breakfast person. If I don't eat breakfast, I get really hangry and I can't think, and I'm just a very cranky person. So I usually eat what I normally eat, like a bowl of really good oatmeal or a Japanese breakfast, to help myself get into the state of things are going to happen today. And I have like my morning tea or my morning coffee, I have my water. It's like really just all of the same stuff that I would be doing to prepare for a regular workday. So step number 2 goes hand in hand with the morning routine, which is about getting clothes and getting yourself physically ready for a workday. Again, I know it's really enticing to just stay in your pajamas all day, but I think that at least getting out of your pajamas into something else. It doesn't have to be like exactly what you would wear to work, because like I hate wearing jeans and I wear jeans to work, so I don't wear jeans on my work from home days, and instead I wear like some loungewear on the bottom. But it does help me to get out of my, okay, I'm done sleeping mindset. And I always wear like a shirt or something that I can make sure that I can hop into a call really easily without feeling embarrassed or sloppy. And for me, getting ready also means like putting my makeup on, because that helps me get into the mindset. A lot of this is just getting yourself and your body into the mindset of working. So yeah, putting makeup on like I usually do in the morning, like if I was going to work, also helps me to get there. Tip number 3 is about your working location. So I know, again, really enticing to work from your bed because it is the most comfortable place in your house. But get yourself out of there. Find a spot that you are going to call like your office. If you have a desk at home like I do, then great spot. If you don't, then your dining room table is a great spot. Also, like your living room couch is a great spot. Just somewhere other than your bed, or somewhere that you see as relaxation. And having a space that you can claim, that you can just call your kind of mental space, is really important, because having a space like that helps you to better context switch between work and home as well. And so make sure that this area is clean, make sure that it is quiet, make sure that it's somewhere that you can take phone calls or video calls really easily in case that you need to hop onto something. I think just having a location for something like that is really important for working from home. So my next tip is more kind of like a piece of advice than it is like a tip, I guess. And it's that it's okay if your workday working from home looks different from your workday working in the office. Because let's be real, you're in a completely different place, you're in a completely different environment, and so I think that having a little bit of flexibility there and not pressuring yourself, not expecting that you're going to perform the same way or do the same amount of work or communicate in the same way, I think is a realistic expectation to have. And I think it relieves you of the stress and pressure that you might put on yourself for working from home. And I know before this tip, I talked a lot about getting your mindset to a place of, okay, I'm going to work from home. But also I think it's just like a balance. Like, what's the balance that you want to have between like feeling like you're at home and working from home versus like emulating working from your office as much as possible. And I think that's probably going to be a different answer for everybody. But I think it's a realistic expectation to have, to know that your work from home day is going to look very different from your work from office day. So for me, once I realized that, it was a little bit more forgiving and I had a little bit more flexibility in how I spent my time. And I think the biggest change that I incorporated into my life that helped with this was to just take breaks. Because breaks are important. When you're in an office, you take breaks when you go to the bathroom, when you're getting a snack, when you join a conversation that's around your desk with your coworkers. I think you'll notice that there's actually more breaks than you think that you take at work. But when you're home, there aren't as many distractions maybe, or maybe there are. But I think that including breaks into your day-to-day and sometimes even scheduling them, or just being mindful that you're at least taking 1 or 2 breaks a day, helps you concentrate better throughout the rest of the day. So I take breaks during the day by like going to the bathroom, making myself some more tea, taking my dog out on an afternoon walk to get some fresh air. I also like to make lunch at home when I'm working from home because I feel like it uses a completely different part of my brain from coding and also eating. And sometimes I'll just like watch TV while eating too. And so those breaks are really important to me because they help ground me and create that like, okay, I can rest my brain from the work that I've been doing like 20 feet away and just let myself like relax a little bit so that I can reset for later. There's a lot of systems out there that can help track your work time and your rest time. I use a Pomodoro timer. There's a bunch of apps out there that you can use to help you pace your focus time and your break time. But I find that it really helps me to hone my focus, especially when I'm working from home. Cool, so those are my tips for working from home. I hope that this was helpful. I really enjoy working from home. I actually prefer that as my default, if anything, because I feel like I have more control over my day-to-day and I can have a more balanced work-life balance, I guess, especially because I can easily context switch between work and home better. But I hope that your area is not super impacted by coronavirus. And if it is, I'm sorry, but we will make it through, we'll be fine. And see this, I hope, as an opportunity for how to work from home better, as well as how to be more compassionate to each other and take care of each other. So that is it for today. I hope you like this video. Hit thumbs up, click subscribe, leave a comment, be happy, don't worry, whatever you want. 7 rings. Or something like that. That's how that song goes, right? Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!